It's back. Oh, it's back. It's back. Wow. For season 4, episode 1. Entitled Kobayashi Maru. Now, if you understand the Kobayashi Maru, it's a no-win situation. It's a test at Starfleet Academy, and it's a no-win situation. It's a simulation that is programmed to make you fail, but it's about how you approach the situation. And that's what the episode is called. And it doesn't really reference it too much until the end of the episode. As an opening episode, it wasn't too bad. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but it didn't start too bad. The beginning of it was I don't even know how to put this. It was kind of like the opening to Star Trek Beyond. It's an opening negotiation between Space Jesus and this species. Didn't get along very well with the Federation before the magical burn that destroyed everything. Space Jesus, she offers the alien butterfly people dilithium, and there's a series of there's a back and forth between them, which is absolutely hilarious in the wrong way. Burnham's a captain, you know. Space Jesus is a captain, and I don't know how she made captain, because she's got absolutely no diplomatic skill whatsoever. Well, she's beamed down, and she's in, for some reason, she's in full black leather. I don't know why. My God, this episode's a mess. The negotiation goes badly because there's a misinterpretation. This is why she's a shit captain and a shit diplomat. There's lots of running and firefight, as there always is in Star Trek Discovery. Michael Burnham comes up with all the fantastic ideas about how to save the day, and she saves the day. Accomplishes her mission by some feat of bloody miracle. And, of course, because, she's Michael Burnham. Space Jesus! And she beams back to Discovery, and everybody's like smiling at one another. It's the old. They're all acknowledging how awesome they all are. It's not changed. The show has not changed. It is still the same show. It hasn't evolved in any way, shape, or form. They're trying to start up Starfleet Academy. And you've got these cadets and Michael Burnham saying, it's an honour and a privilege to be in your presence. And they all go, yes. and Burnham goes, oh, yes, I'm so awesome. You're so awesome. Oh, this is painful to get through. And basically, they're all clapping along to one another. And they introduce their new president of the Federation. Okay, so the president of the Federation, she's, I think she's a Cardassian. There's very similar makeup. She says, the Discovery crew and Captain Burnham, they're so amazing, they're so brilliant, and we thank them for, saving the Federation. She says that we've now built a shipyard. It's the Archer shipyard, as in Captain Archer. And oh my God, on the nose or what? Because as it pans through the window, view screen, whatever it is, you see the dock, and it brings in the Enterprise theme tune. That must have cost them a pretty penny for that to use that. Saru is on Kaminar, and they're having like a meeting about something. They're just talking about complete bollocks, I think. Tilly's got a promotion to lieutenant, which I can't imagine she'd ever get a promotion considering how she did as acting captain. But hey-ho, Tilly's got a promotion now. There's a distress call. There's a space station in distress, and this commander guy, who is the commander of the space station, he's in the distress call, and he says, look, this is not good. We're going to die. We need help. So Of course, Space Jesus and Awesome Discovery to the rescue. They answer the distress call and they say, right, we're going. The president of the Federation says, hey, I'm coming too. Burnham goes, oh, that's against protocol, that is. You can't, it's too high a risk, and you're going to put my crew at a greater risk simply by being there. And she goes, no, I'm the president, I'm just going to do whatever it is I want to do, and you just shut the fuck up. So, kudos, hats off to her. She stood up to Space Jesus. And she does again later on in the episode. And obviously, Buck, he's buggered off back to his own planet. He's going to wait for Burnham there. And they go to this wooded area with his brother and his nephew, and they explain to the kid how they're all connected to the trees and there's a little ritual, and I had to chuckle out loud because the kid calls him Uncle Buck. Of course, my generation, we all remember Uncle Buck the film. It was a moment where I just chuckled just a little bit. And it keeps cutting back and forth between Buck's home planet and this rescue mission. So the Discovery arrives at the space station, which is tumbling like that through space. One thing you notice straight away when Burnham is addressing her crew, everyone's bloody commanders now. You've got Commander... Now let's see if we can remember her name. Detmer. Detmer? Commander Detmer and Commander It's the 4th season. I should know these people's names. Good God. Again, you just not let... Yeah. Everyone is a commander. So you've got Commander Detmer, you've got Commander person, and you've got the commander of the space station. It gets really confusing. The bridge crew are just like completely insignificant again. They're all just there to be there, as background filler. Anyway, station's spinning out of control. Discovery has to spin out of control to match their velocity and go into a tight synchronicity with them so they can beam over. And there's a little back and forth between the Detmer and person. You're just saying, I'm amazing. I can get it in. I can get the ship in line. Oh, can you now? Yeah, I can. Okay, you get the ship in line then. Yeah, they get the ship in line, the beam over, and then there's a crisis situation. And Tilly and what's the name of the pronoun person? Oh my, what's the name of that person with the imaginary boyfriend who's Drill? I'm not going to remember. I don't know. I don't even know who these people are. I can't remember the names. So they managed to get the station through science to stop spinning. And everything seems okay. But then they're impacted by all this debris. And it's just going all the way through. Okay? And they put the shields up around the station. And it's impacting Discovery. The Bridge of Discovery is an extremely perilous place to be. I wouldn't stand anywhere near the walls because I am not even close to joking. There's flamethrowers on the wall. On the bulkheads, there's flamethrowers. They shoot out flames. I'm not joking. Watch the episode. You'll see it. When there's sparks everywhere, okay, because Discovery shields are being hit, which is Star Trek. It always causes a few sparks and a few consoles to explode. But the walls have flamethrowers coming out of them. It's just shooting flames everywhere. You're thinking, bloody hell, how has anyone got any eyebrows left in this show? It was unbelievable, and it kept going. It's not pyrotechnics or anything like that. It's literally just someone behind the wall with an aerosol going, fucking hell. Perilous stuff. Anyway, there's only one person, and we all know who that is. There's only one person who's going to save the day, and it's Michael Burnham. And President Cardassian woman, she says, look, you're the captain. You can't go out there. You're responsible for the ship and this crew. You know what a captain is. You can't put yourself at personal risk. And she says, I'm the only one who's qualified. I have logged more EV hours than anyone else on this ship. I'm going. And she just walks off the bridge. And she goes into the pod and she's got to clear some debris from the station because of reasons. So she goes out in the EV pod thing with that has no limbs attached. Everything's floating. Everything has to be separate. It's like my hand. It has to be separate from my body because it can work independently. All the ships are like that now. And she goes out to the debris, cleared one bit of debris, and she's going, how many more? I've got 2 more. Boom! She's sideswiped. And the glass breaks, and she's exposed to space, and she dies! Or she should, because she's been exposed to space, but she's Space Jesus, and Space Jesus can't die in space. Don't you see? Space Jesus can't die in space. She's been exposed to the vacuum of space, and her hair just goes all over the place. She is, by all intents and purposes, dead. For at least 15 seconds of episodic footage, she is exposed to the vacuum of space. But no. Space Jesus can't die in space. Her emergency EV suit creates around her, and she's okay. She's not suffering from explosive decompression. You all remember that episode of Enterprise? They had to fire on the station, cold station C-12, and with the hatch, and Archer had to get sucked out into space to get clear so they could beam him onto the ship. And he got beamed onto the ship, and his epidermis was frozen. He was really in a bad way. His eyes had started bulging out. But not Space Jesus. She gets out without a scratch. So then she Iron Man's out of the wreckage of a pod thing with no limbs, and she goes and clears the rest of the debris by hand. By hand. So, Space Jesus saves the day again. And so, meanwhile, all of this is happening. The commander of the space station is going, look, your captain's failed. She's not cleared the debris. We've got to use this ship, the escape pod thingamajig, to get off the station. And he holds Tilly at gunpoint and says, no, we need to go 3 levels above. She says, there's no life support there. You're sending your crew to a very dark place if you attempt to go up a few levels with no life support. A very dark place. Yeah, it's generally known as death because he's not immune to no life support. Michael Burnham is, but he's not. And he holds this phase pistol, this phaser at Tilly. There's like people all around. Yeah, all around this guy. He's like in the middle holding a gun to Tilly. And no one thinks of just whacking him over the back of the head to, knock him out. That would be too easy. So the president of the Federation, Cardassian lady, she talks him down by giving him a pep talk about how he must want to see his home again, his family and everything. Don't do this, She manages to talk him down, and Burnham saves the day and is heading back to the ship. The people get aboard the space capsule, and it launches. Burnham's on it, and she's going towards Discovery. She has a conversation with the president of the Federation at that point. A crisis point, she has a conversation. Why? Well, it's not hardly a time for a conversation. And she asks the president of the Federation if she was lying to this guy. Is that really what you ask in an emergency situation? Did you lie? I think you lied to him, didn't you? Did you lie? So what if I did? All the while she's hurtling to whatever. Anyway, it cuts back to Buck's homeworld, and all the birds are acting weird. I don't know why. he leaves orbit and sees like the moon of his planet. Clearly, this black hole's destroying. We all know what gravitational lensing is. It's a black hole and it's destroying the moon. And all the debris comes towards Book's ship. Book gets thrown about his ship, and it cuts back to Saru at some point. He misses Discovery, and the guy who created the burn, the incredibly dim one, is actually quite insightful. He says, "Look, you can be here, or you can be there. You can't be in both places at once, but it makes no sense to stay in one place. You can be on Discovery and still, God." Anyway, it goes back to Discovery. Tilly and the commander and the person, I can't remember the name, the pronoun person, they manage to get off the station into Discovery, and Discovery jumps out of there, and the commander person who held the gun at Tilly's head dies. The first part of the episode end is President of the Federation saying, "Look, Michael, you Michael Burnham, Space Jesus, hold the phone. You've been lucky. You've rolled the dice and they've always come out in your favour. But you try to save everybody. Why are you always trying to save everybody? You don't know what it means to lose." And at that point, I was wondering if this was a little tiny bit of the writers going, "Hang on a minute, we have actually made a Mary Sue. Maybe we should write that into the episode." There's a nice little reference there. Perhaps they're having a bit of self-reflection. We can hope. Basically, the president of the Federation says to her, I've got a short list of captains for these new ships. We've got this technology, that technology. And she goes, am I on that list? Or I take it I'm not on that list. She just said something, I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. And she says, "No, you're not. You're not ready." Oh, the look on Space Jesus' face. "I'm not ready." Hilarious. It had me absolutely howling. The look on her face was brilliant. Anyway, Burnham says, "Well, even if you did offer me a different ship, I wouldn't take it because Discovery is my home, and I'm brilliant at everything, and I'm amazing at everything." And she says, "You're not great at everything. You haven't lost yet, and when you do, you'll drag your entire crew down with you." And she, the president of the Federation is actually quite level-headed at times. She's there to proof Michael Burnham, and, well, to be honest with you, she does. It's not the worst character in Star Trek Discovery, this president of the Federation. She actually does make a good point. The episode ends with Book's ship, Uncle Book's ship, heading towards Discovery, and Book says, "Look, I left the atmosphere of my planet and I saw something really wibbly wobbly, and it destroyed something, and I'm here." And they go, "Oh, okay, we'll have a look. What happened to your planet?" "We can't find your planet. It's not there." He says, "Well, are you sure you did it right? Are you sure you put the right coordinates in?" She puts the coordinates in again. "Oh, it's not there." And Burnham says, "Increase the scanner range." She goes, "I am picking up something now." It has one of those awkward shots where it's just looking at the people's reactions. Everyone's reactions to what they're seeing. And it's just sheer horror on all their faces. And it's Book's planet. It's been torched. It's been absolutely scorched. And he goes, "Oh my God, they're all gone." And that's it. That's the episode. That's how it ends. So there's clearly some kind of anomaly going on, some weird, unexplainable woo-woo anomaly, which is causing black holes to basically envelop everything. Discovery clearly just hasn't changed. The music is exactly the same. The musical score covers 95% of the episode. They cannot stand having a silent moment with just dialogue. It's so difficult for them because they feel that, I think they feel that they're going to lose their audience if they don't have music. Personally, I think it's emotional manipulation. The acting is pretty terrible. This episode, I will give credit, because right up until the final second of the episode, no one cries. I don't recall seeing it. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see anyone cry in this episode. So yeah, that's Discovery, season 4, episode 1. There you go. There's my thoughts. This shit will just carry on. It'll keep getting seasons, and Kurtzman will keep getting new series and stuff like that. And yeah, we're going to be stuck with this Star Trek for quite some time, I believe. So yeah, there we go. I'm back, baby. I'm not even sure how to talk about this show anymore. I just don't even know anymore. Wow. It's not a great show. I've ripped it to pieces in the past, and I'm ripping it to pieces now. And people will say to me, if you don't like it, why watch it? And the answer is really complicated. It's very much a know thy enemy kind of situation. I love Star Trek, the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise. That's Star Trek to me. And that's an era of Star Trek that can never be forgotten. However, what Star Trek has become, as I've said in previous videos, is something very different to what it was. It's interesting to see where they're going with new Trek, but it's written very differently. It's not Star Trek. It has a Star Trek name, but it's not Star Trek. And it's written by very emotionally adolescent people who don't know how to write. Discovery hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. It's all the same. It's some new big bad anomaly. It's always an anomaly. Always an anomaly. And Michael Burnham swoops in, saves the day, and then saves the day again, and then saves the day again, and Space Jesus always saves the day, and she's never wrong. And anyone who says that she's wrong eventually is going to be proven wrong themselves. And she's always going to be right. Michael Burnham lives forever. Michael Burnham, it is the Michael Burnham show. There's absolutely nothing else about this show that matters. They write the character of Michael Burnham, and it's all about Michael Burnham. So she's the captain now, and yeah, it's all Michael Burnham. Michael Burnham. Michael Burnham. Space Jesus! Anyway, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and give it a like, or give it a dislike. No, you won't be able to tell anymore if people disliked it, because YouTube are apparently hiding them now. Give us a like, consider subscribing to the channel.
I need the silence, stop the violence of the war in my head. Time's the healer, the eraser of all done and said. And as I fall back to my shelter, I know I'll only find peace in your smile.